33-year-old Shrien Dewani is expected to leave Bristol in the southwest of England, where he's been detained in a hospital under the UK's Mental Health Act, and travel to London to board a flight on the 7th of April. His extradition to South Africa comes after a 3.5-year legal process. But in March this year, Britain's High Court dismissed Mr. Dewani's final appeal, though his legal team still has the option of taking it to the European Court of Human Rights.
Now that's an application that is made directly to the court, and it effectively asks the European Court to issue an order preventing Mr. Dewani's extradition pending a full hearing in the European Court of Human Rights. It can only be done in exceptional cases where there's a real risk that the applicant, Mr. Dewani, would suffer irreparable harm. And I imagine, knowing his legal advisers, that that is what is going on at the moment.
Shrien Dewani's extradition was signed for by the UK's Home Office back in September 2011. But if the case is to go to a full hearing at the European Court of Human Rights, it could take up to 2 years before the appeal is heard there, simply due to the backlog of cases that the court already has. The response here in Britain to the news of his extradition, though, has been relatively low-key. After over 3 years in and out of courts, the British public seems to have lost interest. The focus now on other news, such as the Oscar Pistorius trial, which some argue has set a precedent for the Dewani case.
This is the first time the world has seen South Africa's justice system in the spotlight. It's the first time it's been televised, and I think a lot of people were concerned in the case of Dewani that he wouldn't get a fair trial in South Africa because he'd already been crucified by the media. But as we've seen, South Africa has no juries, and media should potentially play no part.
There are also no guarantees that Mr. Dewani will be deemed fit to stand trial in South Africa, and the UK's High Court has ruled that he must return to the UK if his mental health deteriorates further. So it may still be some time before any legal conclusions in this case are drawn. Natalie Powell, London.
You deserve to know more.
eNCA.com